So for reasons that I will get to later in the video, Rosanna deleted all of her tweets talking about MrBeast, taking third place recognition away from her in his charity hide and seek video from 2 years ago, so a lot of the quote retweets I'm going to cover today are going to show that the tweet is unavailable. And if you want to know what those tweets said, be sure to go back and watch part 1 first. Today's video is sponsored by Aura. Anyone can find anything on the internet, including your legal name, your personal email, your home address, phone number, and even your relative. This information is accessible because of data brokers. They profit by selling your information to robocallers, telemarketers, scammers, and anyone else that wants to learn more about you. That's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, Aura. Aura will identify data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They'll even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. You can go to the link aura.com/boblax to try 2 weeks for free and see how many data brokers are sharing your information. Aura also monitors your emails and passwords to see if they were involved in a data breach and exposed on the dark web, and gives you recommendations on what to do. Aura's app also features a VPN, password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and protects your devices from malware. Aura has almost every internet safety tool you'll ever need, all inside one app. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online. If you sign up right now, Aura will give you a 2-week free trial with my link. You'll be shocked at how much of your private information Aura finds exposed over those 2 weeks. So go to aura.com/boblax to start your free trial. The link will be in the description below, or you can scan the QR code to go right to the website. But with all that being said, let's continue on to the Twitter reactions to this situation, with Allison Snowden, who says, MrBeast editing Rosanna Pansino out of the top 3 in his video and making the top 3 only men is crazy, especially while claiming everything in his videos is legit. If you can fake or edit a video for something this small, what else will you lie about? This person responds to Rosanna by saying, people quoting this saying it's crazy that she's releasing a statement over a hide and seek game are completely missing the point. MrBeast edited a woman and a Hispanic man to make them look like their performance was bad. That is the issue. MrBeast is a piece of shit. Tallulah Sky says, Rosanna is one of the nicest creators in the world. I have never seen her negative or mean to anyone. To do this to her is so hurtful. Also, why did MrBeast cut out Quackity? There was no need for that. If anything, it shows that he is racist towards Hispanics. Casey Tron says, MrBeast is a snake oil salesman who sees other humans as lab rats he can do experiments on. I said what I said. Forgive me. I didn't realize that if they would have just included a prize in the Stanford prison experiment, it wouldn't have been a psychological experiment anymore, but a competition. Thank you to MrBeast fanboys for correcting me. I also want to reiterate, I did not know that donating money to charity made you infallible. Thank you so much to the low IQ MrBeast fanboys for their takes and lacking basic logic and reading comprehension. Sierra responds to Rosanna by saying, hours. I think people don't realize how insulting this situation is, especially when you were a woman in the industry. Like, what was the purpose? MrBeast thought he'd get better attention/buzz around a video if there was more Logan than Rosanna? Becky responds to Rosanna's posts about MrBeast by saying, can someone explain to me if I'm missing something here? Is this still about MrBeast? I don't like him either, but at this point, these posts are starting to sound tone deaf when so many people around the world are dying. Not trying to discredit her feelings, I'm just confused. And a lot of other people had this similar sentiment of what's even the point of coming out with this, which of course led Twitter to make jokes about the situation. Like Kyra here, who shows a picture of a guy angrily ripping off his headphones and saying, MrBeast fakes his content? I knew it was too good to be true. Deleted says, so, to conclude the situation, MrBeast is misogynistic and quackity-phobic. Anthony says, why did this girl write a whole statement about MrBeast like she got raped? Hussy responds by saying, this is crazy, even for you. Anthony responds, I thought it was a Me Too the way she posted that shit. The Drama Alert account then reports on Rosanna leaking the MrBeast DMs, and Cake responds by saying, mental anguish over getting edited out? At the end of the day, MrBeast is a content creator, so if someone got edited out, they probably weren't entertaining and took away from the content more than adding to it. Fledge responds by saying, bro, these DMs are gonna backfire. I'm crying laughing. I was really hurt you downplayed my hide and seek performance. Needs to get off Twitter and go see a therapist. Kai Biyumi says, imagine crying over 3rd place. Raya says, a 38-year-old woman acting like this? Jeez. She's old enough to want to use a phone over text to talk about private matters like this. Bronx Hawk says, nah, this chick is pathetic. Andrew says, my intention to speak up is to not create drama. then proceeds to leak DMs creating drama. OG King Lino says, he didn't say anything in writing because he knew this is exactly what she was going to do. You can't expose MrBeast, they are his videos. Clout chasing. Payne responds with an image of Kermit reading a book titled, How to Slap Someone Through the Internet. Josh X says, bro, be mature and get on the phone. You want him to type it out so you can create drama. You literally posted it to create drama and get attention on you again. Be an adult. Keith Smiling says, 100% clout chaser. Jay Swingler reacts to the DMs by saying, imagine you saying being cut out of a video is stressing you out and ruining your mental health. These creators are soft as fuck. Nicholas Diorio says, doesn't want drama. Refuses MrBeast phone call. Post DMs to Twitter. Real good faith actor here, laughing my ass off. It's one thing if MrBeast said something unhinged and out of pocket, but it's just her DMing Dark Viper archetype schizo posts. Nicholas then posts a clip of Chud Logic reacting to Dark Viper with the caption, this is literally Roseanne.
He asked for my Discord. What am I meant to be doing if he's not gonna add me? If you give me a clip of him actually claiming that I'm running or something, I will escalate and talk shit more. So this is our entire conversation for the debate so far. Give me your dis off. Discord. Hello, my...
No way! No way! Is this guy fucking autistic? Is this guy fucking autistic or what? What is this?
Mudahar says, woke up to a timeline full of hide and go seek, laughing my ass off. He then quote tweets Rosanna and says, when I found out this was about a hide and go seek tournament, I died a little inside. Willie Mac Show reacts to her by saying, this reads like a rape allegation when the reality is just her getting cut from a vid because she was boring. Another woman on the internet who does something stupid, gets made fun of, and then instead of admitting they did something stupid, she cries sexism. I'm Alex says, I'm sorry, but these posts are insane. You can argue he shouldn't have manipulated the video like that, although he does this with every video and everyone knows it, but it is not this deep, lol. You will not convince me otherwise. Leon Lush responds to I'm Alex by saying, she's treating a video edit like a Me Too situation is honestly remarkable to see a grown woman act this way. Omni says, I didn't have MrBeast getting called out for cheating in a game of hide and seek on my 2023 bingo card, yet here we are. He also says, stop calling everyone who critiques Rosanna Pansino a misogynistic man or a pick-me woman. As a feminist, it does not do us any favors. You can question the actions of a woman who appears to be using women's issues in bad faith. In fact, you should. Shorty Circuit responds by saying, I'ma keep it a buck. I think she was right to criticize MrBeast for cutting her out, but when she boils it down to because she's a woman, it makes her entire argument fall flat because Quackity had the same problem, but he's not a woman. She made a great point, just terrible plan. Omni responds, I entirely agree. I genuinely felt bad that she got cut with no notice, because she deserved that win. Dojangles responds to Rosanna by saying, doesn't matter. Bin Laden was the longest standing hide and seek champion. Keemstar tweets out, never forget, and white text on a black background saying, 3 years ago today, Rosanna was the tragic victim of being edited out of a hide and seek competition. Today, she's decided to speak up so that others are not met with the same tragedy. This is her story. Kavos makes a similar post that reads out, when I asked MrBeast for it raw, he said no. Nicholas Diorio responds to her by saying, the Harvey Weinstein of hide and seek. I'm not gonna lie, this was getting old, but now it's gone full circle and got funny again, laughing my ass off. She has to be trolling, right? Like, she's leaning into the Me Too memes, right? If this whole Rosanna Pansino thing comes out as an elaborate prank, I think it could end in a pretty wholesome way. I know the brainworm drama fans only care about stories where someone dies or a pedo gets exposed, but this shit has honestly been such a good low-stakes laugh. Kinda reminds me of why I wanted to make this kind of content back in 2018, before everyone was a pedo rapist giga-Nazi, just laughing at crazy people doing stupid shit. So after all of this backlash, Rosanna responded to all of it by changing her bio to top hide and seek world champion, trained for years with my little nephews, and saying, hey everyone, just updated my bio, check it out, and tell me what you think. And then shortly after this, she deleted all her tweets and made an apology to MrBeast, where she said, I would like to apologize to MrBeast. I should have expressed my feelings privately and handled things directly. I will be removing all of the posts where I talk about creator games and Jimmy. I will be honest in that the thousands of death threats I've received today are a contributing factor, but I do also sincerely hear the feedback from so many of you. Violet Hayes DC responds to her by saying, you spoke up against someone acting crappy, and of course people will always take the side of the man over the woman. The Don JJ says, MrBeast and Keemstar fans are something else. Sending death threats to someone you don't know to defend someone that doesn't know you exist is wild. ZayDM says, you did nothing wrong. His fanbase is just so horrible to everyone. Orange Ostenok says, we know his lawyers forced you to say this, Ro. We stand with you. Granola says, you were not in the wrong whatsoever, but I understand that protecting your peace is more important than winning the PR battle. Just know that there are plenty of us that see the truth for what it is. Andy says, post the death threats so that those people can be held accountable and reported to the authorities. Esso says, the caving is what he wants. Don't fall for it. Plainrock says, to be honest, I still want to see what's his explanation for the edit at MrBeast. Meowry Jane says, I was so genuinely impressed by your willingness to stand up for yourself. Now I'm just like, huh? Glove Stuff says, you are not the one who should be apologizing. River responds, yes, she is. And a bunch of other people agreed with River, like SWB, who posted this clip with the caption, you caused all this drama over a game of hide and seek. Explore with Tom says, you do realize this makes you look like you were clout chasing all along. This doesn't look good on you, Rosanna. Onision responds by saying, Twitter is not reality. It does not respect facts or evidence. It is a place where people see and believe what they want to. Anthony responds to Rosanna's apology by saying, makes up dumb reason to attack MrBeast for attention. Posts new song hoping to capitalize on the new clout. Song still gets no views. Apologizes the next day and deletes all the tweets. What a fucking loser. This lady is 40 years old, by the way. Kavos reacts to Rosanna by saying, deleting her posts that make out there are MrBeast survivors. Not letting that slide, I'm afraid. Dextero Knox tweets about this when they say, YouTuber Rosanna Pansino has deleted all of her tweets about MrBeast, cutting her out of his $1 million influencer tournament and issued an apology, which I think is kind of deceptive wording because he didn't cut her out of the tournament. He just didn't make it clear in the edit that she got 3rd place and implied that she got a lower ranking. Anyways, they continue by saying, on the H3 podcast, Ethan Klein had asked about her breaking an NDA. She said, we'll see. And then they attach this clip.
Did you decide to break the NDA by coming out, or was there some kind of legal clarification you got on it?
We'll see.
I got you.
We love that for you.
I'll tell you this, Rosanna.
If anyone comes for you, we will stand in your way.
I didn't plan this. It's just, like I was saying, my trauma tank is full. I just can't take anymore.
Hunter responds to all of this by saying, Rosanna Pansino has apologized to MrBeast and deleted all of her posts about the situation. Looks like the NDA kicked in. Brian tweets out a picture of a sad Pepe with a 3rd place hide and seek trophy and says, she folded instantly. A couple days later, Rosanna then goes back on her previous retraction by saying, I redact my apology to MrBeast of not settling things privately. Based on recent new information and development behind the scenes, I have learned that certain issues will never be handled privately. They will only be dismissed or covered up privately. Moving forward, I do promise not to drop an ill-timed music video. Completely poor timing, my bad, and will word things more clearly in the future. Never my intention to downplay anyone's experiences. I am just learning to find my own voice and to be a safe space for others. She then ends up deleting this tweet, but before she does, Brandon Buckingham responded to it by saying, over the past 12 years, you have posted 800 YouTube videos. If you are still struggling to find your voice, you probably have a learning disability. She then responds, I do actually have a diagnosed learning disability. Brandon responds, makes a lot of sense. You are a bit old for an IEP, but you should look into getting one for an adult. Omni posts a response he made to Rosanna and the fact that she blocked him and captions it by saying, interesting that Rosanna Pansino says certain issues will only be dismissed or covered up privately as she attempts to cover up her post history by deleting tweets and dismisses genuine criticism. As said earlier, Omni attached his response to Rosanna under this tweet where he says, you spent the past 48 hours aggressively trying to ruin MrBeast's reputation over a game of hide and seek that happened 2 years ago, then paint yourself as a victim of sexism even after you learned about Quackity. It feels like you were only saying sorry because you failed. I'm just Xander responds to Omni by saying, as someone who knows what's going on behind the scenes, and as someone who has filled her in on some things, it really all makes sense. Please try to not pass much judgment currently until it's all out there. Criticism is always valid, don't mistake me there. It's just there's so much people don't know. Omni responds, for reference, she still has Keemstar unblocked, who's been clowning on her 24/7, but she blocked me for giving fair feedback. Even if MrBeast is a full-blown misogynist, she's handling this situation like garbage. And speaking of that, she continues to joke about about the situation when she says, starting a new league, which YouTubers should be team owners, showing a picture of the hide and go seek league. So it seems like despite her deleting these tweets, that the situation might not be over, considering that her friend said there's more to come out and that she's still joking about the situation. So if more stuff does release, I will be sure to update you guys on this channel, so don't forget to subscribe with notifications on if you haven't done that yet. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comment section below what you thought of all of this. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.